Hello YouTube, hello, welcome back, and welcome to all new viewers. Not like I'm getting thousands of viewers anyways, but it is day 22 of my consistency and accountability journey on Mounjaro. And I am currently at home. My vacation was over. It was only like a weekend trip. And I am on my walking pad. It is August the 18th, I believe. Yeah, August the 18th, Monday, August the 18th. Or is it, yeah, is it Monday? Yeah, Monday, August the 18th. I forgot what day it is. I was off work today and getting my one of 3 to 5 workouts for the week. For those of you that are new here, my goal is to complete at least 3 to 5 days of working out. 3 days is kind of the norm if I'm working a lot of overtime, but I do like to get at least 4 to 5 in. So that includes 2 to 3 days of strength training, and then the other days would be cardio, either a long walk outside or slow state steady walk outside. But if I take my dog, it's definitely slow. Or I'll walk on my walking pad, or my treadmill. Sorry, I gotta change my settings. So my walking pad, gotta go up. So this is about week 15, 14 on Mounjaro is my current status right now, and I haven't really lost anything. The last time I weighed in before my vacation, I was 176.8, which is my original weight or starting weight on Mounjaro. Currently on 5 milligrams, and I was worried about my vacation and how much I would gain during a little short weekend. Not that I really ate bad or ate a lot, but still I was worried, I wasn't counting calories, wasn't counting my protein. I tried to make protein a priority, but there were also a lot of carbs involved, and of course fat, and not a lot of fiber. But I was able to not gain a lot. I gained 0.1 pound. So I started, before I left, I weighed myself and I was 176.8 on my scale. And then another scale was 176.6. So I don't know, either or. But that was on Friday. Came back Sunday, weighed myself this morning, I was 176.9. So, not a lot of weight gain, but still where I'm at, I'm not losing anything. So, it's kind of crazy either way. But I was happy I didn't gain like 2 or 3 pounds. But I did make sure to work out. While I was there, I worked out Friday night, Saturday night, Friday night, Saturday morning. Make sure to get like 10K or more. Friday night I got like 16,000 steps. Saturday I got 11,000 steps, and Sunday I think I got 9,000. Not that much because again we're coming home and stuff and sitting in the airport. So that was that, and again I didn't prioritize a calorie deficit, so it's not bad. It could be worse of a gain. So now we're back to a fresh week. And hopefully, I can lose some weight in the next month or so. I mean, I've been 3 weeks on my consistency journey, and I've been 15 weeks on, or 15 shots, which is 15 weeks on the Mounjaro journey. And I feel like I'm doing things right. Like I'm working out, I'm count my calories for the most part, except for like the weekend when I went on vacation. My deficits probably could be tightened up a little bit. I'm usually at the minimum 200. There's like one day of the week I'm maybe like 1 something, or I'll go over like 100 something. So, but it's one day. Like, is one day really killing me? Is what I want to know. And So 100 or 200 is what I usually like to go to 300, because I'm looking for a slow weight loss. I'm not looking for anything spectacular. I'm looking for like 0.5 pounds a week. I'm not even getting that. So I gotta figure out what else I can do. I need to increase my cardio. I need to tighten up my calorie deficit. You know, what is it? My water intake is pretty good, 64 to 80 ounces. And I don't know what else. I'm not sure what else. I know my thyroids are playing a role in this, because I do have hypothyroidism, and my doctor told me, you know, that's probably another reason why I'm not losing weight, because of my thyroids, and my T4 is really putting in work more than the T3. So my thyroids are like worn out. I need to like really get on medication, which I am. So I'll be picking up my Synthroid, the brand name Synthroid, not the generic, because she said that'll probably be a little bit better for me, because it's usually the same dose on the pill every time. And I guess I didn't know the generic, you kind of never know what amount you're getting. So if your dose is 25 micrograms, sorry, I'm a nurse, so I kind of talk in the abbreviations, but if it's 25 micrograms per pill, sometimes you get 24, sometimes you get 23, sometimes you get 25, sometimes you get 26. So to keep a steady dose, she wants to put me on the brand name, because the brand name is the same dose for each pill. So I'm gonna start that tomorrow, and that takes a few weeks to kick in anyways, but to really like see an effect. So we'll see how that goes. Just trying to give myself some grace and some time, you know, hopefully, you know, by the end of the year, I'll have some weight loss. Sorry for the background noise. I'm watching television as I'm on the walking pad, and also I have my front door open, so kids are outside on their bikes and stuff. But anyways, so that's what it is. I start my increased dose of Mounjaro, which is 7.5. I start that. I won't be able to start it until next week, because I called my pharmacy. I spoke about this in another video about getting it filled, and the prior auth was approved, but and then it said out of stock, and then I got a text saying there's an insurance issue. So I'm freaking out, like, oh my God, is my insurance now about to not cover Mounjaro? Because so many insurance companies are doing that. They're either cutting it out or making you change to the semaglutide, and I don't really want to do that. I tried the Ozempic, and I didn't do well with that at all. So I'm like freaking out about it. So I call the pharmacy, and they say, no, you still have one more shot for 5 milligrams, so you have to finish that first, and then call us and we can fill the 7.5. I'm like, now how did my insurance company know that I have one more dose? But because I did a refill the beginning of this month, that's why. So I'll finish the 5 milligram dose this week, because I took my third shot for the that comes in the box. I finished that. I did that on Sunday, yesterday. So I'll do the next one on Saturday. Friday or Saturday is usually my normal injection day, so I'll do that on Saturday, and then I'll put a request for a refill on Sunday, because it's always a delay anyway, so I probably won't get it till that Thursday or Friday of next week anyways, because it always takes like 3 days to get it done. And that's the plan with that. I still want to do a video with my vacation, kind of showing a couple things, but I haven't done that yet, because I'm still trying to figure out, I'm new to this. I'm still trying to figure out like how to edit. I gotta, you know, I've been like watching some YouTube videos, trying to see how to do that, like how to put clips in and pictures in and all that good stuff. And I want to like make it nice, you know, but we'll see. I'm gonna try it to work on it this week. I am working all week, but I'm gonna try this week to do it. My goal is to upload right now 3 times a week, like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or a Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, something like that. Like, you know, I at least put out 3 videos a week. It kind of helps me with like when I work out too. It makes me accountable by turning my camera on and, you know, letting you guys know that I'm either going to the gym or I'm on the walking pad or I'm out for a walk with my dog. It really does help me. So that's kind of why I started this YouTube thing, is to kind of help document for myself. And at first it's like, I don't want any subscribers. I don't care how people views are. And like, I'm not looking to make money, like a huge amount of money on here, or money at all. I mean, it'd be nice, but it is nice when you see that people watch your videos, you know. And I'm hoping that, you know, I can get more traction by posting more, putting out more content, and, you know, I can get feedback and from others who are on the same journey, and we can have like a little community here. And, you know, I have a couple Facebook groups that I'm involved in, and that really helps. So it'd be nice to have that here too. You know, my family, I love them to death, but they get tired of hearing about my journey and everything. And, you know, it's just different, you know. So people who are actually doing this, they really, you know, can talk about their experiences, give you advice, give you support, and all that good stuff. So, you know, that's the good thing about, you know, YouTube. Other than that, I am just, you know, trying to survive this week. Even though it was just a weekend vacation, I don't really want to go back to work. It was nice to have those days off and not have to worry about housework, grocery shopping. You know, I love my dog, but not, you know, getting up, taking her out and all that good stuff. She's back today, but she's outside. She loves outside. It was just nice to just lay in the hotel room when we did. And, you know, we're older, so we took naps, but also like walking around a new city and just, you know, taking it all in. My sister and my cousin, we're the ones who went, and we have like a cousins group where there's other cousins too in there. There's like 7 of us really that are pretty close, and we're gonna try to do like a 50-state tour, like vacation tour. So we're gonna try to go to all 50 states and try different cities, and, you know, those who want to come, those who don't, you know, that's okay too. But just to get out there and enjoy life a little bit more. We used to vacation all the time pre-COVID, but then life happens with each of our families, and we don't vacation with each other as much as we used to. But we need to get back to that and make so many memories, because we have so many from when we used to do it all the time. But anyways, I'll get off my high horse because it's gonna bring back memories that maybe I'll discuss later during my run on YouTube. Other than that, just trying to, you know, get through this Mounjaro journey, man. It is not for the weak. And I tell you, people I see on social media sometimes are like, I lost weight the natural way and that's the easy way. Excuse my language, this shit is not easy. It is not easy. You have to deal with the side effects. You have to deal with food suppression that you may not be used to, you know, and just handling that. You have to deal with some people judging you. I don't really get judgment, but I know some people get judgment. You still have to work out. I mean, there's people who drop it without working out. Those are God's favorites, but you still have to work out. You still have to count your calories. You know, you still dealing with the insurance, and if you're paying out of pocket, I mean, thankfully I have insurance that's covering it, probably because I'm diabetic. But you know, there's people who are paying out of their pocket. You have to deal with, you know, for me, going to the doctor every few months, getting weighed in, and finding out if I need to increase my, like, some of that stuff is mentally can get to you, emotionally, not seeing the scale move, like, what am I doing wrong, and all that other good stuff. So it is not easy. It really isn't. And when I was on Ozempic, I said I would never do this shot again. I said I would never do the injections again. I didn't want to deal with the side effects. I wasn't seeing much weight loss, even though I did see more weight loss on Ozempic. But I didn't see a lot of weight loss. And I was just like, no, done. I'm doing it the natural way. And I even said that. I used to say the natural way. And shame on me for saying that, because it's still natural. It's just you get a little help. You know, like I can't eat 2,500 calories like I probably used to when I wasn't counting calories, you know, but still, I can still go over my maintenance. And I think that's part of the problem, even though I try not to now because I'm more mindful of it. But you can still be on this shot and go over your maintenance. You know, there's a lot of people in the groups who have stalls, plateaus, or like me, haven't lost any weight, and you know you want to give up. It's not easy. It is not easy. It is, you know, it's still natural. It really is. It's just a little help. It's a lot of help for many people, but it's a little help. It's a little boost or assistance to get to where you need to be. So when I see that stuff, it just kind of gets on my nerves. Maybe because I was never one of those people that judge people. I was just like, I'm gonna do it the natural way because the shot is, you know, too much, and I don't like the side effects. That's kind of what I meant when I said the natural way. But the natural way didn't help me do nothing. Well, it did. I did lose 12 pounds on my own, but I gained some of it back. So, you know, that's the thing. It's a lifestyle. It really, really is. And that's why I like this consistency, because doing it and having it in my brain, you gotta work out 3 to 5 days a week. You gotta count your calories. That is gonna eventually settle in as a lifestyle, you know? But I don't think I'm gonna be counting calories for the rest of my life. I don't plan on counting calories for the rest of my life. But at least I'll have a foundation to know, you know what? That's probably over your calories for the day. Now, I plan on weighing food for the rest of my life. That is something that I don't really care about. Yeah, it can be time consuming sometimes, but I think for me, and people can call it an eating disorder, ED, if they want to, but that is probably something that I will probably do for the rest of my life for my sake. And there's some things I'll probably be able to eyeball, but I don't mind weighing my food at all. I find it very, the mindfulness of it is what I like, because I'm mindful of my portion sizes. And, you know, there's people who say, I'm a snacker, or, you know, I eat a lot of sweets, blah, blah, blah. I'm the opposite. I love food. So my portions sizes were out of control. On this shot, it helps me with my portions, you know? Like, I can't eat as, you know, 2 burgers or, you know, 2 slices of pizza and 5 wings. I can never. Not on this. Oh, God, no. I feel like my stomach would explode if I ever tried. So I do like that. Like, I try to get a nice portion of salmon to get my protein. And there's times when I'm like, I know that 7-ounce salmon sounds good, but not today, sis. Not today. So I do, you know, appreciate that. And I think once I'm at my goal, God willing, I'll probably still be on this. I think this is, I don't want it to be, but I think for me, it'll probably be a lifetime thing. Maybe I won't be at the higher dose, but maybe as a maintenance, you know, a maintenance dose, whatever my doctor and I guess feel like is the right maintenance dose. And that's what I love about my doctor, because when I asked her, do you think I'm gonna, when I, you know, was reluctant about trying the shot, and I said, do you think it's gonna be a lifetime thing? Because I don't want it to be. And she was like, one day at a time, and that's a vague question. Gotta see where we're at. Gotta see how you feel and how you maintain once you get to your goal. And that's the truth, you know, because I see people who have videos, I gained so-and-so after, you know, getting off GLP1. And I don't want to do that. Not at my big age of 50. Not at all. So we will see. We will see. One day at a time. One day at a time. Um, what else? I think that's pretty much it. For now, I don't really have a lot going on. I want to look into a new handheld camera instead of always using my phone. But then I have to see, do I edit? Can I edit from my phone, or does the camera stores the videos on my phone, or do I use my computer? I am so illiterate when it comes to all this, or ignorant when it comes to all this. So I got to work on that, and that's one day at a time. But I enjoy it. I'm like, this is okay, you know, and it's, you know, it's given me, I don't want to say the motivation, because you don't always need motivation. You need discipline, right, as people say. But it does. It gives me the motivation to keep on this journey, you know, because there's so many of us out there, you know, and we just need to hang in there. We need the support. We need the positivity, you know, even on those days when we don't feel like it, even on those days when, you know, we want to give up. We want to turn to our doctor and say, you know what, I'm done. Because I've read comments where people were like, I didn't lose any weight, I'm tired of the side effects, I'm done. I'm telling my doctor I'm not doing it anymore. And that's how it was with Ozempic, you know. But this journey here is much different. And, you know, people say enjoy the journey. And I will say during that vacation, I was enjoying the journey because I did not stuff my face during that vacation. And my cousin actually thought I ate too much. She was like, for you to be on that shot, you sure are eating a lot. I'm like, sister, I'm eating 3 meals a day. And 2 meals on the next day. I ate 3 meals the first day and 2 meals the second day. That's not eating a lot. Did I have a large meal? No, not really. I had for breakfast on Friday, I had a protein shake. When we got there, we went to the market. I got strawberries and cream. It was like a cup full of strawberries with like some vanilla cream or whatever. It's really good. What else did we get? We went to the candy store, but I didn't eat any of the candy. I got a half a rack of ribs from that market. Oh, that market was the bomb. And I got a side of sauce. I didn't eat the ribs. I ate 2 of the ribs for dinner, I feel like. And for and we had a Philly cheesesteak, and I didn't even eat all that. I think I talked about in the last video. And then that was that. Did we eat dinner that Friday night? Where did we go Friday night for dinner? I can't even remember what we did Friday night. Oh my God. What did we eat for dinner? Oh my God, I can't even remember. What the heck did we go for dinner Friday night? I can't remember. But I know I had a light dinner because I was full. And then, matter of fact, we didn't eat dinner. We walked around. We did the city tour bus. So I didn't even eat dinner. So I didn't really have 3 meals, unless you want to count the two bones of ribs that I ate. That was for dinner. Nope, we did the city tour, went back to the hotel, and I think they finished their Philly subs. And I didn't. I went to the gym. Matter of fact, I went to the gym. I ate the rest of the Philly sub. You know, I left that little piece. I ate the rest of that because I didn't eat the whole thing where we were at. And then I ate another little half of it. I ate the half of the half, or 3/4 of the half. I can't remember. And then that was it. So, God, I didn't even eat 3 true meals Friday night. And then Saturday, we went to brunch, and I had this fish and fried grits from this place called Chubby Chicks, 1111. The fried grits were not good. I do not recommend fried grits unless we just didn't have a good batch. And I had a fried fish and orange juice, and I think I had 2 pieces of bang bang shrimp from my sister. I gave her a piece of my fish. She gave me 2 of her shrimp, and then that was lunch, and then that was brunch rather, and then for like a midday lunch or halfway early dinner, I finished those 4 bones of ribs from the day before. And then we went to Shake Shack, and I got a burger from Shake Shack. No fries or anything, just a burger. And I could barely finish that. And then I had diarrhea, y'all. So that's why I was like, oh no, I'm done. My shot said, you doing too much, sister. And that was it. No, and I had some Boston baked beans too. And then Sunday, when we came home, in the airport rather, I had a burger and fries and a pop. And then I came home and I had a nectarine, and I think I ate some veggie sticks. And then that was it. So no real nutrition during that weekend. No real fruits, no real vegetables. But I didn't pig out either. I mean, what I ate wasn't healthy, but I didn't pig out. So that's how it is on vacation. Like I said, I'm not depriving myself of nothing, but also I'm not gonna eat like a, like a 20-year-old boy who can eat you out of house and home, as my grandmother used to say. So, and I worked out. I mean, you can't outwork a bad diet, but I still worked out. So those were calories burned. I worked out Saturday morning, I worked out Friday night, and Sunday I got some steps in, but I did not work out. I was tired. That little flight, I don't know, for some reason that short flight made me exhausted. And that was that. And today I had breakfast. I had a English muffin sandwich from McDonald's. I had a steak one and a hash brown, so I still kind of ate kind of bad. And an orange juice. I had a nectarine for lunch, and I haven't eaten dinner, but I'm gonna eat probably some chicken and a tortilla, probably the high fiber tortilla, or protein, whatever, high fiber, high protein, low carb tortilla. And then I'll probably, then I'll have some Greek yogurt. I'll have some lettuce on my tortilla, and I'll probably have one of my Chobani's Greek. I'm not have Greek yogurt. I have a Chobani drink because I probably want to be able to eat all that. And then tomorrow I'll get back on, all the fruits, the vegetables, and all that stuff. But today I didn't feel like cooking anything. But I put all that in, and I'm still 200 something calories at a 250 something calorie deficit. So even though I had that breakfast, it still didn't put me over because of what I'm having for dinner and stuff. Because today's the next day of my shot, and I really can't eat that much. I really don't feel like eating dinner, but I'm going to. I'll have 94 grams of protein, which is not really a lot, because I like to have between 110 to 120, 150 would be beautiful, but I really barely get to that. But 94, they say, is not bad for a woman, but if you're trying to build muscle, 94 is pretty low. But it is what it is for right now. So, I don't know. I'm just trying, y'all. I really am. I am just trying, and I get hiccups along the way. But hopefully something will stick. How about that? So I appreciate you all for watching the video. Comment for anything you want to comment. But if you're being rude, I will not tolerate that. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed week. Be safe. Like, comment, and subscribe. Take care.